All right, so hopefully this image goes very well. I don't really have a viewing screen on my camera to show me what it is I'm filming when I have it pointed towards me. Oh, this is gonna be great. Hey there everyone. So I'm starting a travel vlog today. I'm actually leaving today for London. I got a good 6-hour journey ahead of me and I will be spending the weekend there. So this is one of the trips that my school actually does for internationals as part of a culture program. They're great. They happen every 2 weeks and they take us to a bunch of different sites around Wales, and a couple times they take us into England. There was actually one a few weeks ago to Bath. That was tons of fun as always. So I'm planning on doing a little bit of vlogging while I'm there, planning on showing you guys a couple sites I go visit. I'm hoping to make it to Foyles, which is one of the largest independently owned bookstores in London. I will be visiting a lot of very major sites through a walking tour that's being held by the student support officer who's going with us. I'm also going to be doing a themed read, which is something I have never done before, to be quite honest. I recently picked up A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab. Both names are correct. I heard this book on BookTube. It sounds right up my alley. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I thought I'd read it in London as it has magicians in it who travel between parallel Londons. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm already betting I'm absolutely going to love it. So yeah, I better get going here pretty soon. My bus leaves shortly and I still have to get to the school grounds as that's where it's picking us all up. And let's see what we can find in London.
Just found out that
this is our bus.
Emma put chocolate in the fridge.
Which one are you waiting for? Well, my train is here! I'm still busy.
J'arrive. Dernier appel pour l'enregistrement 1054 de 20h01.
I made to London. Now to find my hostel. So it is the next morning. I did manage to find my hostel. I'm now on my way to King's Cross. I gotta get to Great Portland Street Station. Yeah, so I'm heading to Great Portland Street Station. I'm meeting a friend there for breakfast, and then we will be going on a walking tour of London in the snow. It's just like home here now, I guess. That's actually St. Pancras, by the way. Right by St. Pancras is King's Cross. I like this place.
Dude, go and get a coffee in the
Yeah, I get that too. Well, Oxford Street. It's not as pretty without the Christmas decorations. Still fun. I like the display, okay? Thanks. Thank you for your contribution. First stop is British Museum. I like this museum, okay?
I like it as well.
Fancy little shop. There's a museum tavern. I didn't notice that last time.
And three Pokemon.
Inside we go. It's only been a few months since I was last here, but I'm still excited.
those sculpture.
What do you How dare you?
I went out with I have friends with
Favorite piece in the museum. It's really busy over here.
Only thing I'm gonna run into is your shot.
You'll be seen by not very many people probably, but you'll be seen. That's beautiful. We're going this way. I legit used to think this exhibit was a fever dream of mine. We left the museum and now we're on our way for the rest of the tour of London. I think we're going to Trafalgar next.
Yeah, what is that? Is that music?
I don't know. I've never.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I don't know what musical that is. I'm sorry. Do we have everyone again? All right, onwards once more. Had to get a video of this. I didn't think it was still up. Made it to Trafalgar. And there's a Pikachu. And then the National Gallery. There's Nelson on top of his massive statue in Trafalgar Square. It's all closed off for the festival, I'm afraid. Sorry. But there's the National Gallery. Never been in, but I've heard it's great.
I don't mind.
Now. Canada House. Yes. better look at the statue. There we go, on the way to Buckingham. Made it to Buckingham Palace, and it is very windy, and it is getting cold. But at least there's really not much snow. Or, well, there's none now, thank God. The Canada Gates at Buckingham Palace! And it has my province. Continuing to Buckingham. Let's face it, everyone enjoys the Buckingham. I just want to add in these cherry blossoms because they're beautiful. Okay, we've made it to Westminster. Clock's kind of covered right now for restoration work. And then Parliament grounds are like just over there, just around the corner. There's also a statue of Boudica down around here. So yeah, sorry, Big Ben's covered up. But here's the rest of Westminster. Still cool. Even without the clock. What else? Yes. I'm gonna stop after. Last day in London, before I head back. Welcome to Piccadilly. The hell is Waterstones? Found it.
Alright, so I'm now actually back in Lampeter. I'm very sorry I didn't take more footage of yesterday. I wasn't brave enough to have my camera out when I was wandering around on my own on Oxford Street. And I also didn't have it out when I went to the National Portrait Gallery, as I wasn't entirely sure how they would feel about someone recording when I was there. And I went there before Piccadilly because nothing opened up until 12 o'clock, so I needed somewhere to go to spend some time. And I hadn't been there in 7 years, so why not see how much it's changed? Anyway, so I thought I would do a quick little show and tell of what I ended up getting, mainly at Foyles, because I didn't really do much shopping otherwise. The biggest thing I did was do a return at Primark. But before that, so I took A Darker Shade of Magic by Victoria Schwab with me to read while I was in London. I am 220 pages in. Yes. So I am a bit over halfway through the book, and I love it. What were you expecting? This book is kind of right up my alley with fantasy, parallel universe, magic. Like, this is my kind of a book, and I love how it's keeping me guessing as to where the story's kind of going, because the back doesn't really give that much away, so that's making me enjoy it even more. So of course, while I was in London, I absolutely needed to visit Foyles. It was #1 on my list of things to do while I was there, besides visit the British Museum. Foyles was amazing. It was 6 levels of just books, and oh my god, there were so many books. I felt like I was in little heaven. I was actually messaging my mom the whole time I was there. I had to admit I was extremely overwhelmed by the amount of books that were there, and telling her that she needed to help me pick a number of books that I was allowed to purchase, because I really don't need to purchase that many books, especially if I'm going to possibly end up having to move them all back to Canada. So I ended up purchasing 3, and I will show you what I got. First things first, I actually picked up the sequel to A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows by Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab, sorry. I am already super excited to start this. I am absolutely loving the first book, like I said. I probably won't start this immediately, as I do have a book on my e-reader I need to finish pretty soon, as it will be due back to the library, but I will definitely be starting this rather quickly. Next up, I bought An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. I've also been hearing about this book on BookTube, and I have been loving what I hear, especially since the world in this is apparently very similar to ancient Rome, and that is my main focus of study. It also has politics and rebellion and spying, and either way, I am loving the sound of this book and I'm super excited to read it. Last is actually one that I will be entirely honest, I really want to read thanks to a clockwork reader here on YouTube, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I know I butchered that, I'm so sorry. I am so excited to read this book. Again, it is fantasy, there's magic, there are tribes, and from what a clockwork reader has said in her little snippets, it apparently gave her Avatar vibes, and I am a big fan of Avatar, so I'm kind of excited. Next up, I did buy a couple things from British Museum postcards. These are nice little postcards. I just like having some to put on my little postcard wall here in my room. It gives a little bit more of decoration to just the wallpaper that I currently have. So I found a couple that I really liked, including my beautiful little, oh my god, I can't, I'll just put these down. Including my Athena owl, because I have an owl's obsession. Queen of the Night, so I love her, she looks fantastic, and I believe, yeah, there are some more owls, why not? The other one I got is this postcard of the Rosetta Stone, and best part, it's wood. I'm super excited to put this on my wall. I think it is the coolest thing I have ever seen. I love the fact that it is just a wooden cutout of the Rosetta Stone, and it can be on my wall instead of my beautiful scaled down replica of the Rosetta Stone, which is back home in Edmonton. Next up is actually something I purchased for my roommate here. It is some lipstick. This is actually also a brand I use. It's called NYX. It is one of my favorite beauty brands that isn't super expensive, and I have an addiction to their lipsticks. I introduced her to them. We both actually wear this color. It is their Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade, go figure, London. I also visited a sweet shop while I was in London and ended up picking up a bag of Twizzlers. I love Twizzlers. It's mine and my mom's favorite snack. I decided I really wanted some while I'm working on some papers before Easter break. And then the last thing I got were more postcards. These ones, however, I'm actually mailing, as these are going to be sent to my 3 best friends back home. I send them postcards of everywhere I visit, which usually means there's a lot of from the same places, as the trips each semester are exactly the same. So I essentially send them all the exact same so I don't accidentally duplicate for them, so I only have to remember one of each. That, and usually I find one that I absolutely love and I'm like, well, I really want all of them to have this. Yeah, so that's really it. I didn't really do a big shopping spree. Not unusual, to be quite honest. Bookstore was my biggest haul, which again, unsurprising. Although that was quite a struggle just picking 3 books, because I had to narrow it down, and my mom wasn't helping as she kept suggesting ones I hadn't read yet, and I'm like, okay, please don't suggest ones that aren't even on the top of my list of wanting to get, because you're just adding more books. Yeah, my mom and I might have a problem. I think I know where it stems from. So yeah, I guess that ends this little bit of the travel vlog to London. Again, I am so sorry that there wasn't a little bit more. Perhaps the next one I'll be a little bit braver to have my camera out much more often. So I hope you liked this little video of my adventure in London for the weekend and my little show and tell of what I picked up. If you like this video, please click the like button down below. If you want to see some more, click that subscribe button. And I will see you guys for the next one. Bye!